What's up, guys? Welcome back to another beautiful episode of 𝙄𝙣𝙩𝙚𝙬 podcast. And the reason why I kind of hesitated is because I just can't believe we're doing these so much, and I've already kind of calculated, and we're gonna be at interview 100 by like October, and it's a dream come true to be doing these. And I'm not trying to like brag about the numbers, but it's like the consistency, the never giving up, the y'all don't even know what I'm going through behind the lens thing, and I'm still pushing out so much content. So it's not like I'm trying to, you know, talk my stuff, but I just had to be honest. But let me introduce the man himself, interview 64, LilC843.
What's up, y'all? What's going on, man? Shout out SignatureGudz, good squad, man. What's up?
Thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate it. We've known each other for maybe like a couple months, and then we kind of like, we're gonna work together, and we waited, and then now we came together. So,
yes, sir.
And I'm glad you came at the right time.
Absolutely.
What have you been up to? You been chilling?
Chilling, man. Shoot, trying to do new music. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get some things out, videos, interviews, of course, man.
Of course.
Trying to do new things.
You ever done interviews before?
Nah, not up in person. You know what I mean? I did podcast interviews online when COVID was going on, radio interviews and stuff like that. But like, this is my first one, so
definitely, man. Well, definitely. Hey, I'm glad to be your first kind of up in person one. I know a lot of people are interested in like No Jumper, Joe Rogan. Who else you got anybody else?
I'll be watching No Jumper, man.
Yeah, that's why I grew up watching. I'd be watching
it
a good bit. But no, man, let's dig into it, bro. So what? Where you from? Like, where did you grow up? Where's your stomping grounds?
So I'm from a mixture, man. I'm from Charleston, but I grew up in Johns Island the first half of my life. Second half of my life, you know, high school and shit like that, I grew up in Goose Creek. So
that's cool.
Pretty much both of them.
What do you represent the most?
You know, both, man. You know, it's I just do Charleston as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which you should, man.
Definitely show love to Johns Island, you know, Goose Creek, because that's where I'm really from. That's where the center point of my life has been, you know, dealt at. But as a whole, it's Charleston, you know what I'm saying? So,
right. So where'd you go to elementary school at?
I went to elementary school. Dang, that's a long time. I'm showing my age. I went to elementary school. I went to Westview Elementary when I moved to Goose Creek. And then while I was on Johns Island, I went to Angel Oak Elementary.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I actually know Westview. That's in Goose Creek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I accidentally called Cario on my last interview. I meant to say Westview, so it's weird you brought that up.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's cool. So how was like elementary school? Anything that you remember vividly? Like, there's something like happened that you like kind of like that stuck out the most? Because I've had something happen to me in elementary school. I could just kind of give you a story. I don't want to like, you know.
Right.
But I fell at the finishing line in 5th grade. During field day at the event during the track. So have you ever had anybody or anything like that kind of happen in elementary school? We don't have to talk about it.
This is wild.
This is 𝙄𝙩𝙬𝙚𝙬.
But you know, I was I was sitting at the lunch table being fat and taking everybody food, and I threw up all over the table. Yo, we was doing pass testing, bro. It was pack testing at the top, and your boy was hungry, bro.
Did that like, you know, not to say like stuck with you in like a bad way, but did that like stick with you? Because obviously
it stuck with me, you know. It's something everybody used to, you know, trip off, and yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like, it was one of them things where, you know, people, you in elementary school, people trip, you know what I'm saying? People, you're young, so everything's funny and ha, you know what I'm saying? So it went from me being upset to just taking it and being like, well, damn, I did it, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of adapted to what was going on around me. Soon faded away, but you know, it's a laughable memory now. It ain't an embarrassing memory.
That's why I bring it up, though.
Definitely.
It sucks because, like, I know some people don't want to talk about it, but that's what this podcast is.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It's stuff that we don't talk about, and where we come from at that age is what makes us the person we are now. And I feel like you learned from it.
Oh yeah.
From what you just said.
Oh yeah.
So where'd you go to middle school at?
I went to Westview Middle.
Okay, and how was that? Like,
it was dope. I mean, it was alright. I was one of the I was one of the kids that was just, you know, I was the class clown, bro. Yeah. So everything, I was always the one trying to be funny, trying to make jokes. You know what I'm saying? I always did my work, but you know, it was fun for me. So I was always the one that was in trouble too, because you know, I was the class clown, bro. Yeah, I had to make people laugh.
That's common. That's what's been happening a lot. You know? I've been having a lot of trouble making at that age. So like, when did you were you doing any like music classes or anything like that? Or playing any sports?
I was so backtrack. In 5th grade, you know, I was in band. And then before that, I was playing the recorder and the violin. Okay. You know what I'm saying? My mom's got me into that. I wasn't really feeling it like that, so I went and joined band because I always wanted to be a drummer.
Yeah.
You know, that was my biggest thing, is being a drummer. When I was in church, when I was like 6 years old.
What drawn you into it though? Like, what made you passionate about doing drumming? Was it just like maybe the drum line when they came?
Not even just that. When I was young and I was in church, because that is a good one that you said that, because that come later. But when I was in church, I used to go to church all the time. I used to have this drummer that used to go to the church, and I used to watch him. I was a little dude, you know, and I used to be like, man, I want to play. I want a drum set, you know. And my mom's doing, they wouldn't buy it unless they saw that I was taking it serious. You feel me? So once I kind of started like, getting serious, I would beat on the desk. I would do all kinds of stuff. Take some pencils and turn them into some drumsticks. Yeah. When they started seeing that, they was like, okay, yeah. And they bought my first drum set. It was history.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was history.
So like, what would you suggest any kids that kind of see this, that want to pursue that drumming career? Sorry, I don't know.
Do it, man. Go for it. Go for it full-fledged. Don't let nobody tell you can't.
I don't mean to cut you off, but is there any like starter kits that you could get for beginners?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You can get
like
a couple
sets.
They got the what you call it, the SPL Unity kits. Mm-hmm. I think that's what I started off with. It was like $150. You know what I'm saying? So parents, get them one, $150. Right. They got the electric kits too, for the parents who don't want to hear all the noise.
Especially if they're beating on your couches.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
My mom used to tell my
Don't let them do like what I did. I tore everything up.
Right. So that's cool, man. I think it's beautiful because not many people talk about being a drummer. So like, when did that kind of tie in with your music? Because you obviously make music now and stuff like that. And
it tied in because I used to make beats too.
Yeah. That's why I was curious. Like, so when did you like start making music? Was that in high school, which we're gonna get into more?
I started making music when I was like 11 years old, middle school, you know what I'm saying? But it was just beats at first. I always wanted to rap, but it just wasn't for me, So I started watching my dad used to use 𝙄𝙣𝙧𝙚𝙬 Pro and Fruity Loops and things like that. And I just started off of that, going based off what he did, Fruity Loops used to have a little click track thing where you could just click. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy at the time. Right. So I went into that, and just the drums, it helped me because I used to listen to a lot of bands, used to play rock band. Yeah. I was into all that stuff, so.
So do you prefer like rap over rock band, like that type of deal, or what's up with that? Because it seems like you're in a wide variety of music. I
like to look at them even. Yeah. As an even light, music is music, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But hip hop is, it's definitely a big thing for me because that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I am hip hop.
That's why I was curious because you want to hear. I mean, you do in some songs, but you don't hear as much drum and rap.
You know what I'm saying?
You hear trap.
You got like
808 and
facts, and you got your rappers though. You got your artists like Jim Classy Rose.
That was a band.
Yeah, that was
you feel
classic.
Me? That's rare.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't hear that now.
You don't hear that like that now.
Currency, shout out to Currency. He's been doing his music to live bands and stuff like that. So it's cool to see like people do that. But I just wanted to ask, so where'd you go to high school at?
I went to Goose Creek High School, man.
Oh man.
Gator Nation, bro.
Gator Nation.
When the football team was off the chain.
Yeah, them boys were on something serious. Literally.
Yes, sir.
Literally. But no, that's cool, man. I honestly think I have a lot of memories about Goose Creek, especially since that, like you said, that with the football era.
Oh yeah.
Because that school was very popping at one point. I don't think it is as much. It kind of died down. But like back in the day, Goose Creek, if you went there, what did you think? Was it like a scary moment, or was it? Cause I heard scary stuff. Like I've seen someone get full on like shoes taken off, pants get taken in the middle of the hallway. That thing was crazy, bro. Like Goose Creek is on another level, which I definitely don't promote that. It's just scary. Like, so what was it for you? Was it more enjoyable than scary?
It was enjoyable. Everywhere you go, you got problems. You have certain things happen everywhere you go. So I don't think it was a bad experience for me. I had fun. I made it.
Were you ever like feeling like in a hostile environment? Because you got to think like some people outside the school would be like, yo, man, I'm never letting my kid go there. But for you to be able to say you went during that time, like, was this something that you felt safe?
It was a rough time, but then at the same time, it was kind of, at first, being a freshman, you know what I'm saying, going in not knowing, you pretty much on your own once you become a freshman, you feel what I'm saying? So going in there and just seeing everybody standing over you, they big, you're a little nervous because you don't know what you're getting yourself into. But as you adapt, you know what I'm saying, to what's going on, you pick where you want to be, You know what I'm saying? You decide what's right, and what's wrong. You stay in your place.
Do you feel like you've had like something like not traumatized, but hold you back from high school? It's a deep question.
Well, you mean like something holding me back?
Yeah, like maybe friends or like just something you just learned previously, like just a deep thought from high school.
I would say the biggest devastation in high school was when I was in
Dang, it's about to rain.
You see that, right?
Yeah, that's great.
I was in 10th grade. My grandma passed away. That was outside everything else. That was like one of the biggest devastations. You know what I'm saying? Because she used to be the one to take me to church. You know, me and my little brother, we used to go to church every Sunday when we were staying on Johns Island and stuff like that. You feel me? And even when we were staying in Goose Creek, you know. So you know when that happened because of colon cancer, that was like a devastating point, a change of time for me because I knew that at that point I wanted to do everything that would make her proud. You know, I know what makes my people upset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So it fueled you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of wanted to do something that was gonna, you know, make her proud. And her thing was stick with the music. You know, that's
what
my whole
you do,
family.
bro. I know
What
you do, man.
You know,
because I've been following you for a little bit, like not too long, but just seeing what you do and who you are, and finally meeting you in person and your homeboy and stuff. Like it's really cool because, like I said, man, y'all got the crew. I know they're probably gonna watch this.
Yes, sir. The wolves. You
gotta learn how to just be yourself, and I feel like if everybody, not everybody, but your whole clique was to understand who they are as a character in that group, then y'all are gonna excel.
Absolutely.
And you would think about like, what is it, when J. Cole did all that had the whole studio full of all the people, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I don't know if you remember, but that right there is what y'all should do. Just to a higher scale, sorry. But other than that, let's talk about the group, because you're one of the 6, right?
Yep.
We talked about that, and it's the collective group.
We call ourselves the Pantheon.
Pantheon? That's
yeah,
cool.
we're a collective, you know, it's a group of 6. We got everybody in there is versatile. They're artists. We got producers, you know, we got engineers such as me, artists, you know, my man Mook, artist and producer. My guy Still Ill, he's an artist / producer, and my boy Verse, you know, one of the you know, big boys, you know what I'm saying, and then my boy DP, Danny Phantom, man, he's a producer / artist / engineer. And you know what we do? We come together to we move as a unit. You know, when you look at these big people and these big groups and stuff, they got a crew of people that was with them from day one. You know, and what we want to do is we want to provide that same thing. You know, just show people that it can be done. You know what I'm saying? And that just means like if I got a show, they all there to support. Every man treat each other equally. We respect each other the same. My man Mook got a show, we gonna go. You know,
that's how it should be.
That's just how we do things.
So how was it like? And I know I wish that all of them were here, everybody.
Oh yeah,
but it's like I kind of don't remember.
It's all good.
But like, how was it founded? Like, was it like y'all just kind of stumbled across each other and like made the group, or was it like one person started it and then founded one person and then contagious, or what?
So I got a group under my brand SignatureGudz. I had a group called Good Squad.
We'll talk about that too.
And you know, we started off early, like 2015. Shout out to Underdog again, Mook, 𝙄𝙣𝙩𝙚𝙬. It's a couple of us, you know. And from Danny, I met Verse. And we all got together recently, man, like what, 4 or 5 months ago, and got in the studio, and we was just all in there. It was a vibe, it was a good time. And we all want something different. We all hungry, you know.
But
and
you all want one thing is
we want one thing. And you know,
make it
right?
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Help each other and stuff,
and push each other.
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Sometimes it ain't easy. You know, me and my boy Mook go at it. Like, you know,
that's why I say emphasize on the grind.
You know,
y'all are all there for one thing. You know what I mean? As much as y'all love each other, we're all trying to grind and make it. And that's where if you really just help each other build the ladder up, then you know what I mean. You'd be really surprised how far you make it. So that's cool. Let's talk about SignatureGudz though. Like, what's up with that?
SignatureGudz is like my pride and possession, bro. Like that's something that I can say that's mine.
Is it like a movement or
it is,
merch or
it's all of that.
Kind of explain it for some people that
SignatureGudz is not only a brand, it's actually what we stand for, you know, good vibes, good music, and you know, we want to spread that across the world. That's the message that we want to spread, you know. What we do is, you know, we got a brand, we got clothing, we got all that good stuff, but the big goal of that was to bring everybody together who does music, who has a talent. But you know, you can have the talent, but maybe you don't have the funds.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't have the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And you can teach me something. You like, it's something that I don't know that you could probably teach me.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
vice versa.
That's how it should be.
And you know, that's what we bring to the table. So SignatureGudz is a big platform that we trying to
I love
push out
community.
there, make available to
Yeah,
everybody.
I love to hear that, man. I
Absolutely.
wanted to talk about it a little bit. We're going to talk a lot more on it on the next interview because,
Yes,
like
sir.
I said, I have everybody come back, you know, and just talk about more about what they've been doing.
Yes, sir.
I just want people to get to know you now, so it's like, if anybody drops in the comment next one, like, where's he from, bro? Go to the last interview.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Go
Like,
to
we've
the-
already talked about
go
that.
get it.
This one's about the new single. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm excited for this, bro. I'm glad you even took time out to do this. I was going to ask you, though, like, do you think that, and this was a question I had earlier, just shows you how good I can store questions. So do you think that, like, church plays a big role in your music? Because, like, if you're growing up in church, I kind of grew up in church myself.
Right.
So, like, music, I can see how that plays a factor. And then you switch to, like, rap. I wouldn't say switch, but your ears get adjusted to
Right.
more rap.
Right.
So does that play a factor in your music now?
I would say, I wouldn't necessarily say, how would I say this? Church plays a big role in my life, you know, but it's not really church that plays that role.
Well, just
You know
like
what I'm
the
saying?
music thing.
Having people,
You
the
know.
music influences, you know,
Yeah.
things of that nature, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because like when I do songs, you know, I got a Kirk Franklin sample at the house right
See,
now.
that's
you
what
know
I
what I'm
was
saying?
curious, yeah.
And you know, my grandmama always would ask me, when you gonna do a gospel song, you know? Because you know,
When
they're
are
old
you going to
school.
do a gospel song?
And I used to always tell her, you know, and I tell my pops, you know, my mom's them, you know, and they respect it. When I'm actually moving to that tune, you know, when it's my time to do that, it's gonna happen. I'm not one to facade or, you know, it's played
Hype
out.
people up.
You know, I try to be as authentic as I can, and especially in the music, because that's important. You know what I'm saying? So it is gonna happen. You know, I got that Kirk Franklin sample is sitting there. You know, and it's tough too.
And you think
know?
about Kanye, like Kanye spent his whole career being rap, and then he switched to gospel, and now
Correct.
he has like one of the biggest like gospel, you know, things on Sunday.
It's huge.
So it's bro, everything you're saying is manifestation. That's what these videos are for. You should know that too.
Absolutely.
Maybe, but it's like if you really just look at this video in 5 years, you're gonna be like, wow, I said I was gonna do this, and that's why I love doing this, man. So it's like I was gonna ask, is there anything you want to go over? Like, you got any new singles coming out? Like, what's up? You got anything on the schedule?
So I just dropped an album, excuse my French, it's called Fuck the Fame.
Yeah. What made you come up with that? Like,
Reason why I came up with that name is because I was signed to a record label. I ain't gonna say the name, but I was signed to a record label. A lot of things went good. It was decent, no complaints for real. But I just felt that I wasn't able to be myself. And the album, doing that album just allowed me, I felt free doing that album. Using my freedom of speech, you know what I'm saying? Being able to be as diverse as and unorthodox as I could be, you know, doing the auto-tune thing, having some bars in there, you know, just all around being able to be me all around musically. And I mixed and mastered it myself at the beats.
Do you feel free now, though?
I feel free, man.
You feel free?
I feel free.
So are you like going that independent route for the rest of
Yeah,
your
man.
life, or
We
you-
ain't doing no deals, man.
No, I mean, you'd be surprised.
Independent.
You might have one come, and it might be a blissful one.
You know.
You might have to take it, because this is my
Might have to.
suggestion for any artist out there, is you got to utilize what you get. Our life maybe kind of feels like it's short, but you really have time. So
Right.
if you sign a deal for 5 years, think about how much popularity, where they're going to take you and travel. If you don't know how to collaborate, then you should not be signing no deals.
Absolutely.
Because if you sign a deal and you know what you're doing and you know how to network and all that, come sign me. I'm straight. I know what I'm about to
You
do,
know.
because I'm going to do a basketball tournament. You know what I mean? So it's cool, man. I just wanted to ask. And can you always be yourself when you wake up?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every day.
What makes you LilC843 when you wake up?
What makes me LilC843 when I wake up, and this might be corny, but
Okay.
I go in the mirror and I spit. I
Yeah.
spit 16.
You got to.
Before I go to work, I spit 16.
And I wanted to ask too, what drawn you into the name of LilC843? Because that plays a big role in being yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's just me, man. You know, name growing up. my pops, he Big C, you know. I'm Lil Cam, I'm Lil C, you know. Grandma them used to call me that. The 843, of course, you know, the 843 came because I had to add that in there after a while because I wanted to put my stuff out and somebody else had the name.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but the 843 is just, you know,
It was just
I put that
Lil
there.
C?
Yeah, it used to be
That
just
is
Lil
a common
C.
name though. You think
It's
about
common,
it. That's
you
like
know?
a generic Xbox gamer tag. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
you know,
that's pretty OG. So.
I just couldn't change it though. You know what I'm saying? Because it just didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like I tried to do C note. There was a couple corny names.
No, it says C
my
note.
pops had me.
C note.
Yo, we be sitting there just writing down names, bro, at the table, bro, just writing down names. And I'm like, man, yeah, we ain't going with that. Just put the 843 in my name, man. We
stuck with LilC843.
Stuck with it. Sticking with it.
Yeah, no wrong with that. I like
Absolutely.
it. I think it's very cool, and I feel like it fits your description. And I think a lot of times when we choose our names, I feel like we kind of intertwine with alter egos. So do you feel like that's an alter ego?
I don't feel like it's an alter ego. I have an alias, and I call myself the Hip Hop Vulture.
Notice that.
And yeah,
I was
you
like,
know,
that's Hip Hop Vulture.
That's my alias because you know that's what I'm about. I'm hip hop all the way, bro.
I love you.
Like I know the history of hip hop. I know everything about it.
What's your favorite thing about hip hop?
The real thing that I love about hip hop is that it's a culture. It's an actual culture. It's a language. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be used to teach. You know what I'm saying? And help elevate people and motivate people. You know what I'm saying? So you know I listen to the greats like KRS-One. You know Tupac. You know, Biggie, Wu-Tang. I listen to those guys, but you know, even more, you know, like Slick Rick.
Yeah,
he's a storyteller.
Classic.
You know,
love
Will Smith. Parents just don't understand. So, long story short, I just
know about that Will Smith.
come on, bro, all day long, man, all day long. But it was storytelling, but it was storytelling in a way where you know you could learn, and then plus the history behind it, and look at where it's at now and how it's evolved. And you know, people some say negative things, some say it's a good thing. I feel like it is a good thing because without the old school, without the hip hop, we wouldn't have been able to split off into all these genres. You feel me?
I just think it's split in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I feel like that
because we glorify the wrong things.
We glorify the wrong things.
I'm not even an artist.
Right. I feel like hip hop, you know, back then it was about the lesson. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Now it's not so much about the lessons. You got some out there who, you know,
I feel like it's about the beat.
It's just about the beat.
Yeah,
now,
like the beat,
you know,
the vibe. If you're not getting the vibe from it, that person could be talking about doing the most cruelest thing. But if you got your neck twitching, then that thing it's a hit. You know what
I'm saying?
So I just wanted to ask, man. I think it's been beautiful. Is there anything else you want to go over?
Nah, man. Shoot,
we covered everything.
I'm glad you had me up in here, man. I got to come back.
No, that's a fact. You got to come back, bro. It's been beautiful. But hey, interview 64, LilC843. Thank you for coming on, bro.
Absolutely,
it's been a pleasure. I'm excited to see the growth next time I see you. And I tell everybody this: if you don't want to achieve your dreams, wait, rewind. The only way to achieve your dreams is through you. No one else is going to do it. You got to get up every single day and you got to grind harder than you did the day before, and then the day before, and then the day before that. Okay, guys, I love every single one of you guys. Tap in with my boy LilC843. Y'all have a blessed one. Peace.